All right, hello, weirdos and malafolks. How you all doing today? When I tune in, I just dance until I can see myself on the screen, so that you are entertained for that like couple seconds until I'm certain that we're live. Because I'm a weirdo, and I'm okay with that. Just gonna adjust camera slightly there. So yes, Halloween is over. Long live Thanksgiving. Yes. So if you all tuned in, last couple times I painted, I was working on this guy who I'm really happy with how he came out with. I was working on the Carver, and so yeah, really love how he turned out. Halloween lives on every day in my heart. It really does. I love Halloween. I love Halloween. I love dressing up in costumes. I'm going out to the Renaissance Festival again this weekend, and I'll be dressed up in my full, delightful garb. Just got to decide which outfit to wear out there. But so this guy came out really, really nice. Really happy with how that is. But Halloween has passed us now. And so, in my part in the battling Christmas's occupation of November, I'm going all Thanksgiving here. And what's more Thanksgiving than having my hunters gather me a tasty hunt up and gather, hunt and gather. They're going to be hunters and gatherers. A tasty Thanksgiving dinner. So that's what I'm going with here. That's my reasoning behind painting these guys. So these are the Vitagi Huntsmen from the Explorer Society. And I'm excited for this. I figure get warmed up on these guys before I move on to Lord Cooper himself. So I'm going to get started by going with this guy here. I'm probably going to be jumping around between a couple of them because I'm going to be using similar colors. But starting with this guy here. I feel a special kinship to him. I'm not entirely sure why. But I just feel like we share something. I don't know what it is. So yeah, let's get started. So I've decided for the. So these two have got definite lions on their cloaks there. So one of them is going to be I'm going to be painting up as Mufasa. The other is going to be Scar. But this one, that head is definitely a bear. And so deciding what kind of bear I'm going to paint it, it's either going to be a grizzly bear or I'm thinking a polar bear might be cool. So I don't know. We'll see. But starting with big boy right here. So I think with him, I'm going to go with the Mufasa. So I'm just going to grab, hello, McBluff. So I'm going to grab my reference real fast. See, hey, look at that. Just kind of want to see what colors he is. And so I'm going to do his cloak first there. Oh, Baloo. Yeah, I think Baloo's kind of a brown bear. I'd have to look that up. Or, maybe Little John. Because let's be honest, Little John and Baloo are the exact same character. They even reused some of their animation. So whichever one came out first, they reused some of the animations from that in the other. Like seriously, if you watch Little John and Baloo dancing, they actually reused their animations because at the time they were, definitely using it was traditional hand drawn animation, and so it was in modern stuff. It's very you can animate stuff a lot more quickly, especially if you're doing digital stuff. And let's be honest, even a lot of traditional what looks to be hand drawn is done digitally now. A lot of it ends up being it's just faster if they just kind of trace over it to save time because animation is a long and expensive process. Which, hey, you know what? Speaking of animation, McBluff would know. If y'all haven't seen it yet, McBluff did a really, really cool animation of Marcus transforming from, normal Marcus into the new beast mode or Barcus that his new title has. Yeah, even 3D animation, non hand drawn stuff is time consuming. I think, God, one of the last times I did, so I went to school for video game design and do 3D modeling, and I do some animation. Last time I animated a long clip. I think it was maybe about a 2-minute long clip, and it wasn't even character animation. It took a couple of weeks, not counting render times. Yeah, McBluff, how long did it take you to make that Marcus animation? Okay. Which software are you using for your animations? I get in here and kind of get up underneath his back there. There we go. Oh, nice. I think you can actually do that with Photoshop now. It's been a while since I've done it, but I've made a couple animated GIFs in Photoshop. Oh yeah, you're right. It's the animatic for the words good. The Dead Man's Hand memorial animatic or animation or whatever. I'm excited to see what you're doing for that because that sounds like fun. No, Ryle. Well, now I'm not excited anymore. I'm kidding. I was getting that nice mane around there. I decided this guy is going to have the Mufasa pelt. Alrighty, let's go and do his pants. So, I think I wanted to do kind of some olive green pants from there. So it's kind of somewhat camouflaged. Plus, a lot of what y'all seen me paint so far has been actually pretty vibrant colors. So I want to kind of go with a more of a muted color palette on these guys a little bit. Not, boring, but a little more, less bright. Should work. Let's grab a sip of my tea. Exactly. Plus, he's a hunter. He wouldn't, be running around in bright colors. And I figured, I shouldn't paint the harpooners on stream because we've had what 2 or 3 other people painting those on stream. I know Eleanor's painted her harpooners. I think Haunted has painted his harpooners. Can all the it's the harpoon stream. Oops, all harpooners. Yup. Yeah, make sure it's focused. Oops, all harpooners. All right. So I got that base coat on. Let's go with, I'm going to do a little bit of flesh on him. Paint shaker goes burr. So starting out with the tan dark highlights, because then I'm going to go up to kind of a nice deep weather worn skin tone on them there. So what's everyone else been working on lately? Oh no. Hope you get feeling better there. Alrighty. Got that. Well, let's go with a nice. What color are these boots going to be? Actually, the boots. Yeah, let's go with that. Brown. All right, that's probably a good one. Let's go with earth brown for that. go. So let's go with that one. So he's got little bits of fur trim around him here. He's good. I'm glad to, be getting around to painting these guys. These were had fun with these on the table. I enjoy the way Lord Cooper and his crew plays. I think the Apex crew is a fun crew to play. Now, alrighty, let's base cut those. And probably deeper than that for those. No, that's not quite deep enough. Let's go with that. Let's get some of those metallics on there. Let's see. Shadowed steel. Ready. See it just going and doing the metal bits on them here now. Doing with actual metallics instead of doing non-metallics on them. These are minions. They're, and I am not haunted. I don't feel the need to do non-metallic metals on everything. I want to do, that would take me a very long time. And I'd rather, get more things painted. But that's me today. I'm learning non-metallic metals. But they definitely take a lot more work. I think these are going to look nice with just, metallics. Yerp, they do take a lot of work to do. Hey, he whips out those non-metallic metals so much faster than anyone else I've seen. So that's oh man. And this guy has a surprising amount of metal on him because he's got the knife, he's got the shin guards, he's got he's got he's got the gun. That's a lot of metallics for me there. And I can do one or two pieces of non-metallics on a model. But honestly, this guy has far more non-metallic metals of a diverse variety than I actually want to deal with. And Haunted is crazy in the best kind of way. Dune-inspired Seeker Crew. So, I hate to admit this, I haven't actually gone and seen the movie yet. I've just been busy, and while yes, I can stream it, that's a movie I actually really, really want to see in the theater. I feel like I've been waiting a long time for that movie. I actually want to see it in the theater. But Dune, so I've seen a lot of the pictures from it, and so Arrakis look in general. I'm trying to think. So the Arrakis look in general, very much that isn't just a put sand on it. No, no, it's Oh, you know what you should do? What you need to do is instead of putting sand on it, you need to put cinnamon on the base because spice. Okay, I feel the wrath of Kimberly coming on for that terrible joke. Color of cinnamon. Okay, there we go. Color of cinnamon. Yeah, yeah. That's totally what I meant. I didn't mean actually putting ground cinnamon on your models. Yeah, that wasn't what I meant at all. No, no. Mm. I do love things with cinnamon in them though. Cinnamon and nutmeg. I love me some nutmeg. Ooh, we're coming up on the time of year when it's not weird to drink eggnog. You can drink eggnog at Thanksgiving, right? That's not weird, is it? Oh, I love so I don't go with store. I actually make homemade eggnog. It's crazy simple to make. And if you've only ever had store bought eggnog, oh, you don't know what you're missing out on. Homemade eggnog is where it is at. And quite frankly, if it doesn't have bourbon or rum in it, it's not even really eggnog. Hey, instead of making you hungry, I made you sick. Is that an improvement or a downgrade? I'm not sure. I actually prefer bourbon in my eggnog. And I was gonna say, you don't know what you're missing out on. It is amazing stuff. I love me some eggnog. No, I mean, have you ever had real homemade eggnog? Because like real homemade eggnog is amazing. Because it's just, I mean, it's a custard. Oh well, if you don't like it, don't like nutmeg. I'm so confused by this. How can you not like nutmeg? Confused. That just doesn't compute. Hmm, I need something. Where am I? What do I got? Muddy brown. Need iron oxide. I love nutmeg. So actually, I mean, oh, and here we go. Why do I always talk about food when I'm streaming? But so one of my favorite recipes that I've been trying out, well, that I tried out for the first time recently, and then have ended up cooking a whole bunch of times. It's actually a really cool asparagus recipe, where instead of steaming the asparagus, see, roast asparagus seasoned with nutmeg and lemon zest. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It may sound weird, putting nutmeg onto a savory dish, but trust me on this. I mean, if you don't like nutmeg, no. But nutmeg pairs oddly well with asparagus. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, juniper does kind of taste like a pine tree. But I've had a couple, decent gins where I actually kind of really enjoyed that junipery taste there. Also, to be fair, I can't think of a food that I do not eat. I eat literally anything. I worked in restaurants for far too long to be picky about anything. And that's not to say I have no. It's the I can find a way to appreciate most anything. Oh, I'm going to say a controversial opinion here. You know what my favorite pizza toppings is? Anchovies. Love anchovies. And you can judge me for that. I don't care. I love them. I love them very, very much. Anchovies, anchovies, you're so delicious. I love you more than all the other fishes. Speaking of mouth parts, I'm confused. Oh, because under construction's in mouth part. Okay. What duder? Oh god. Did I miss something? Did I miss something here? Because getting Kelly to, put her hands on her hips. Okay. I need to, make sure to remind me of this. Because, anything that gets that reaction out of Kelly has got to be at least a little bit amusing. Alrighty. Yeah, he's coming along. He's coming along. Look at that. Look at that dude. He's looking lovely so far. Oh, by the way, if y'all have not made your way over to the forums yet, the Rotten Harvest. That's the name of this one, right? Yeah. The Rotten Harvest voting, the galleries are up there, and you can vote on your favorite entries for the Rotten Harvest. So you should go do that. Because there's some really, really cool entries up there. Yep, Play Weird just shared the Rotten Harvest galleries there. Really cool stuff. Something else you should do, because I'm just taking a stretch break while I contemplate what to do next on this guy. Is this? Ooh, yeah. See, I printed out my coloring book page. So you should go print out your coloring book page and enter to win a copy of Vagrant Song, because Vagrant Song is awesome. You know, your spoopy, ghosty people. And I feel like, you know, they dance like this, because that's my rubber hose dance. If you were at Gen Con, you would have seen me doing that dance a whole bunch when I was demoing Vagrant Song. Alrighty. Well, that guy is looking nice. So I think I'm going to go and do some more of his skin. What do we got? Tan skin? What's that? Tan shadow. Tan shadow is what I need now. Hell yeah. You know, my dances are amazing. Oh, yes. Get that coloring page, color it up, and enter. Now for the coloring page, that just is, and that ends up being just you complete one and enter it to be entered into a random drawing, right? That doesn't have to be, you know, what do they call it? Good, right? Because it's been a while since I've, you know, colored, and my painting skills are much better than my drawing skills. Because yes, you should all want to get Vagrant Song, because Vagrant Song is awesome. I had a blast running demos of Vagrant Song at Gen Con. And at Gen Con, they sold out of copies of that every day. So I'm anticipating that it might become one of those games that is hard to get a hold of in the store when it comes out. If that hopefully that buzz carries over. So I've got a feeling it will. My local game store owner, the guy who runs the local game store, Dragon's Lair, here in Houston, asked me something very, very nice about. He asked me, he's like, "Hey, are you familiar with Vagrant Song?" I'm like, "Why, yes, I am. I did some of the playtesting on that." It's like the question wasn't, "Should I buy this?" It was, "How many of these? How many copies should I buy?" Which is always something that, you know, I was like, "Oh man." When my local game store owner is asking how many, not if, it's always a good sign. I'm also very excited. My local game store is expanding. They are moving to a space that's like same shopping center, but is going to be, I think, ooh, 2.5 times as large. So it's going to be super, super awesome. Huge new space, lots of retail space, lots of gaming space. They're going to have a tavern in there too, which is going to be cool. I'm excited for that. There's going to be a destination. So he's doing a little work on his skin tones here. When it comes to skin tones, I find I really like to start out a lot darker than where I'm going to end up uh, ending, just because it gives it a nice depth and richness to it. And so I started with what did I go with? Yeah, so I started with the dark highlights for this, and I'm gonna probably be. I may go all the way up to probably tanned highlights. For highlights, I may go all the way up to fair shadow. Maybe not. We'll see how I'm liking it. But I definitely started way darker than I'm gonna end because it really gives some nice depth to it. Oh, but I'm excited that it's we're coming up on Thanksgiving here. I mean, obviously we're just at the start of November, but I love Thanksgiving. I love food. We've already determined this, but I love me some turkey. Ooh, What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish then? What? Green bean casserole with garam masala in it. Ooh. That sounds delicious. And someone needs to share that with me because that sounds amazing. I love a garam masala spice blend. I actually just made a really tasty kind of a stew earlier this week. That was a sweet potato. It's a sweet potato and lentil stew that has a garam masala and coconut milk in it. So it's kind of a Indian with a little bit of a Thai flavor to it, but it's really good. Green bean casserole with garam masala. I have not heard of that. That's something I wouldn't have thought of doing. Now, to be fair, I worked in restaurants for a very long time. I love food. I grew up cooking, and so I've been cooking since I was a little kid. And I just like to, I collect recipes and then try them out and stuff. So, all right, that's coming along. Let's see. Yeah, let's get a little bit more of these boots. I'm definitely a lover of food and drink. Alrighty. So I've got this guy pretty well base coated. I think I'm actually going to start throwing some colors onto this guy here too. Just because I use a lot of the same colors and I want to let some of it set up so that I'll be able to wash some of the metals. But I want it to be a little more set first. So I'm going to move on to this guy here. Oh yeah, I love cooking for other people is fun. Cooking for yourself is nice, but cooking for other people, there's just something. It shows that you care, you know. I also really like making desserts. I make some really great ice creams. My wife says I'm an ice cream wizard. That just sounds like fun. Well, if you tried my caramelized banana ice cream, you would know what an ice cream wizard is like. Condiments wizard you encountered at ReaperCon. Well, that sounds interesting. What is a condiment wizard? Oh, thought it might have been some crazy sculpt or something. Oh, you know what? That okay. Using the hair dryer to dry your piece, that'd be cool. That makes sense. I mean, I'm not cool. I'm not part of the cool kids club and use the hair dryers. I really need to get one of those. Oh, fun! Yeah, I need to go to ReaperCon at some point. Heard nothing but good things about it. Oh, that'd be cool. They don't really. The only companions I've got on my desk, I've actually got mounted on top of one of my monitors. Um, so when I'm doing sculpting, to help me keep thinking in scale, I've actually got a couple little minis on top. The same minis that I use in my sculpting files. I've got them on top of my monitor so that it keeps me in scale. I'm thinking about how large something should be in real life as well as digitally, because it kind of warp your mind when you're able to zoom in like when I'm sculpting, I'm able to like zoom in like which then when you're out here at arm's length, it's you lose detail then. That's what I was assuming. Kimberly meant by that. She keeps Hey, what's up, Haunted? How you doing? I'm doing well. Just working on, my Vitagi Huntsman. Haven't started on her yet. It's kind of laying in the bases here. Laying in them base coats. Color shadows here. It's gonna need to be darker. That's all right. Oh, what are your mini photographing secrets? Because my mini photographing secrets are use a backdrop and light it properly. Yeah, I've actually got a. That's way over there. I'm not gonna get it up yet. So I use when I photograph my minis, I use this lighting arch that I paint under. Um, I'm of the opinion that when your mini's out in the world, you can't control the lighting conditions. But I paint under the lighting conditions I'm gonna photograph under. Of course, my LED strips are coming unstuck here, but yeah, I photograph under the paint. I paint under the conditions I'm going to photograph under. I do actually. So I've got my big LED arch here, and then I add in another one that you know comes in and gets into the shadows there. Oh yeah, I use my iPhone for it. I mean, are you using like a full on like SLR nice SLR camera when it comes to photographing your minis? Yeah, I find that the improvements in iPhone cameras have made it to the point where I'm like, I don't feel the need for a separate camera. So I actually do most of the. I mean, I do the photography with my iPhone, and I do most of my editing. I mean, I've got this one. I do most of my editing on my iPhone actually. The tweaking the levels a little bit because what I find when I photograph, so if you're photographing with a phone, what I do is so I you tap on the screen to get it focused, but then so you tap and then you drag down, it deepens the shadows. Then it kind of sets the white point a little bit better. And then I mean, other than cropping, the main edit I do on my phone is I change the black point. Because that's one thing that when shooting minis, it never quite gets the black to truly black as it should. So I go in up the black point a little bit or lower it. Basically, I tweak it so that it pushes the blacks a little bit more. Well, it's the it helps to get the contrast of the photo in line with what you see on the mini. Since I don't have a fancy DSLR, I tweak it. It's just tweaking, the one setting, and it kind of pulls it all together properly. It's like doing a little bit of the levels thing if you take it into Photoshop. Yeah, it's simple stuff. Red on that. Oh, you got a skull up there too. I mean, ultimately, it ends up being the other tip I give on photographing is take a photo a little bit larger than you actually want to use, because it's easier to crop down and kind of tweak how you want it framed up than to set it up perfectly. I mean, we're not doing landscape photography here, so we're going to go in and we're going to crop it properly. Not doing a full on, to then get the right, balance, etc. Now, I'm going to say this. One of my main problems I have with the Instagram is that it requires you to use square photos. I really, really hate that. It's hard to frame, honestly. It's hard to frame up things properly square. And there's so many times where I take a picture where it turned out really, really well. And then I've got to, it's like, okay, let's prep this for Instagram. And I crop it and like, oh, well, yeah, it's hard to frame, Yeah, exactly. It doesn't, it leads to it makes doing composition hard. Because, I mean, naturally, your eye wants to, I mean, I compose naturally to a, kind of your standard golden ratio composition, because that's, what has been drilled into our brains as proper composition. Oh yeah, getting that into a square would be a pain. It wasn't difficult to get the carver into a square one there, but it was also because I'm like, I'm painting, I'm going to be photographing this for a Instagram, which I did. If anyone wants to see it, go check out my Instagram. I posted up photos of this guy. Turned out really, really well. But you can see better photos of him on my Instagram. But so when I was sitting, so I had that set up. I was photographing it at the same time. I was taking some pictures of a piece of terrain I'd finished up painting. That the terrain is a tall clock tower. And fitting a tall clock tower, which is, I mean, the model's already about, it's almost a foot tall. But getting that and then being able to crop it to a square, damn near impossible. It just looks not great when you crop it like that. And so I hate it. It made me very sad. All right, well, let's get those metals. Oh, show. I just got why we're calling the show and tell champion. He's like, hey, look at what I've got. I got it. That's funny. Took me a moment or two. Oh man. Tip of the gun. I'm still gonna say this. Brutal Emissary, best name ever for a band. Brutal Emissary and Chrysalis of Misery. Totally gonna go see those guys when they come to town. Lurk moding. Yeah, so, well, hey, thanks for lurking. Thanks for stopping by for a little bit. Have a good one, Haunted. right, dude's looking pretty good so far. I'm getting some good looks on him there. That's where to put that. Alrighty. So these are what we got going on so far there. Just grab a swig of my water. And by water, I mean iced tea. Oh. Digging how these guys are looking so far. All right. Let's get her. You know what? I definitely need to. Should have added a little bit of texture to her thing before then. No, see, that's why I keep it in here. So that I don't actually, it's got a lid on it. So that I don't rinse my brushes in it. I've learned. So I'm actually going to go and put a bunch of this texture paint on around her there. Around the base there for her. Because I have learned that having the kind of having a mug that looks too similar to my paint cups is a dangerous thing. So I use these, old plastic. These are the old GW paint pots. I don't use a mug because then I might drink out of it. So I tend to, drink out of my, nice little lidded thing here. Or usually when I'm painting, not in the middle of the day, I will usually drink beer because I love beer. And it helps to steady the hands. And if I'm painting late at night, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm good. Hmm. It is. It very much is difficult to get it. I mean, it's possible, but it takes a lot of work to do. Hey, what's up, Nathan? Daniel, Nate, Virak. How you doing, man? Yeah, so I decided that since I painted up, I painted up the Carver for Halloween. I'm painting up the some Apex for Thanksgiving, so they can hunt me up a meal. Yeah, I like these models. This guy has got some confusing anatomy choices on the sculpt because he's got a six pack, but he's got a gut too, and nothing wrong with a big old gut on him there. There's you take a look at the strongest man competition, and they tend to be big boys like the guy who played the Mountain on Game of Thrones. But the sculptor sculpted in on this guy muscle definition on his stomach there, which doesn't make anatomical sense. But that's just me. Yes, I'm also painting the lions to look like Mufasa and Scar because that amuses me. Yeah, it was a weird sculpting choice on this guy, but that's the being picky. That's being super picky, honestly. So let's see, what are we gonna do next? All right, I think it is time to. What do we got? All right, we got about half an hour left. All right, cool. So I'm going to go and I'm going to start actually putting a little bit of to get a little bit more depth on the metals. I'm going to go and I'm going to hit it with a little bit of Nuln Oil wash. It's washing the metals with this. And I rebottle my wash into a bottle like this because then you're less likely to spill it. So, Firak, how have you been? What have you been up to lately? Slacker. Oh, a Yuko crew. Nice. How are you painting that up? Oh, mostly with kimonos. Oh, wait. Of course, they working on for a friend. That implies you have friends. Oh, that was mean. I'm sorry. I'm your friend. Just had to be a little bit silly there, right? Oh yeah, you do have audio evidence of having friends. Yeah, for those of you at home who aren't familiar with Firak there, he does a fun podcast with a couple other of our regulars in here. He does the Steam Powered Scoundrels. Now I can't say I don't know if you've done. Oh, new episode coming Friday. Oh yeah, if you listen to their previous episode, at least the last one I listened to, there may have been another one since then. But their Gen Con wrap up episode, you get to hear the Firek talk about what was one of honestly the most fun games of Malifaux I've ever played. Because we played into each other at Gen Con, and we ended up getting an 8-8 tie. That game was shenanigans. Pure and simple shenanigans. But I figure my Malosaurus was such a good boy for Titania and Marcus. I should get around to painting up his Explorer Society friends. Yeah, I've used him a few times. I haven't run. I just haven't run the Malosaurus with him yet. See, that's why I got to. That's why Marcus is the Malosaurus's best friend because shenanigans. It just protects the Malosaurus like none other. This guy's coming along nicely. Actually, I should definitely hit that with that. Oh yeah, butterfly jump away, and not being able. I mean, put the camouflage on it, make it so it can't be charged. This guy's coming along. Because yeah, if you've got basically a model with ruthless is the worst nightmare for a Malosaurus. They really depend on that terrifying. Or someone else being able to heal them up some. Well, let's figure out what we're going to put. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, you'll go with green for that too. And we'll go red for that. Okay. Talking to myself, sorting out what colors to do things in. Yeah, I gotta talk to myself, figure out what color am I painting this person? Ooh, maybe that. Talk to myself. No, 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 that won't look good. Ooh, what about this? Why, yes, that sounds lovely. Yeah, let's go with that. It's a little bit thin. All righty. It's coming along nicely. Uh, no, I decided this. So this looks like a bear. So I'm trying to decide: do I want to do Baloo or do I want to do Little John? Honestly, I think I want to do. I'm gonna go with a white. I'm going with a polar bear cloak because yeah, polar bears are terrifying. And so I'm gonna have her. She's wearing a polar bear because out of these three, she's the biggest badass. She killed a polar bear, and a polar bear is, polar bears are utterly terrifying. They're one of the few animals that will just naturally hunt humans. Yes, like a lion might go and, a lion or a tiger or whatever may go and hunt a human. But that is not their default, they go for easier prey. Polar bears? Oh, they'll hunt us down. So yeah, don't mess around with a polar bear. They will murder you and eat you. Well, you know what? Marcus will take care of that. Marcus will get a polar bear with a sniper rifle. Or, I know what you could do. Hey, Firek, is there a sniper rifle available in the Bonanza Brawl cards?
Okay, I found this on the web.
What in the world? Apparently, my Siri wanted to talk to me. That was very weird and surprising. But is there a sniper rifle in the? Yeah, there's the clockwork rifle. Well, then bring a Slate Ridge Mauler and have a Slate Ridge Mauler get a sniper rifle. I mean, wouldn't that be wonderful? Because I think that'd be awesome. Oh yeah. Oh man, I got like 4 minutes left here. Yeah. Oh, so there's my time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, let me just show you what we got here so far. So we have made some really good progress on the Vatagi Huntsman so far. This is what we got going. They all, kind of keeping them all in the same color spectrum there. She's going to get the a white bearskin cloak because that amuses me. But yeah, so I will be back at 3 o'clock Eastern on Monday. Don't forget, people, the time changes this weekend. At least I think it is. Is the time change this weekend? Ah, for US, yes. Well, I live in the US. But yeah, so come back on Monday. I believe that is because today's Thursday. That means I am the last person for the week. So yeah, I believe Monday morning we've got someone who's painting Monday morning. Do we know, Kimberly? I'm assuming someone else is painting Monday morning, but I will be back on Monday afternoon. Check out my socials there that Play Wyrd shared under the Nightbot. I've got some really cool pictures, some better pictures of the Carver. Ben's going to be painting Monday morning. But yeah, check out the pictures of the Carver on my Instagram there. Yeah. Come back on Monday. I will be working on these awesome hunters some more. I'm really enjoying painting these. It's just a nice change of pace. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. If you're in Texas, come out to the Renaissance Festival. I'll be out there this weekend, running around, dressed like a Renaissance person. May even have my sword. I don't know. But have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And stay weird, everybody.